Gambling. Yes, gambling. It's everywhere. It's just a fact at this point. It's literally everywhere. You could find gambling in your grandma's closet and everything. Not here. Here, gambling is illegal, but it's mostly in everything. And there is literally no difference between gambling and drugs. There is none. And it's equally as dangerous. But the problem with gambling is no matter how many lives it takes, nobody can do anything about it. Change is very hard to bring in this industry in particular. And since, well, gambling has the highest death rate among any form of drug, like highest suicide rates among every drug. Gambling presents itself as a get rich quick scheme, but in reality, it does not like people getting rich. Like it hates you if you apps where gambling is promoted, sports gambling apps and other related stuff. If you win too much, well, the house will stop you from playing because, well, you're winning too much. You're too good. You're just a bit too good at this game. It's like they promote themselves to be this way to get rich really quickly, but nah, getting rich, if you're getting rich, screw you, man. Screw you. You're taking our money. And it's like, man, this is sad. And sadder to think that people who get addicted to this, because again, it's a drug. It's nothing different. You hear about stories about people just sitting there and just spending hours on the slot machines and just turning slots. It's not just that at this point. It's like in your banking app. It's like that bad. Like in your banking app bad. That's something else. That's a new level of shit. The problem is that this industry, no matter how much anyone talks against it, change in this industry is just non-existent because I mean you could hate with all of your being gambling and related stuff, but it doesn't matter because gambling the industry has so much money that they can give you, which will shut you up. Like if you are influential enough that you do not like gambling and can talk about it and other people will listen to you, I mean they can just give you money, and enough money that you can't refuse. Like you hear about $10 million being given to XQC for a gambling deal, and it's like they have that kind of money to just throw at anyone who has enough influence to actually promote this. So it doesn't really matter how much you personally want to talk against this, do not want to promote it. The amount of money that they give is so much that you just can't refuse. Like no sane human being can refuse. Like even if I was given, a couple million bucks, hey, you have a deal. You can buy literally anyone. And gambling also is for children. Gotta get them young. And it again, it's even worse for children because there are illegal sites that use pseudo gambling sweepstakes basically are you have a currency that's not real, but if you buy that currency you get another currency that has some value in real money, but you are using that fictional currency, so technically it's not gambling. And that's the loophole that these companies use to reach markets that don't allow gambling or have stricter rules against gambling, or just use the sweepstakes method for children. Because again, there are sites that use CS:GO and other related games which have valuable products that are given by chance that can be exchanged for money. And this gambling is so insidious that it has actually made its way into actual games like, Roblox, the biggest game in the world, has this everywhere. CSGO, your CSGOs, your every single game. Even, Minecraft has gambling for children. And it's like sometimes it's for some sort of advantage or something like that. But again, basically, it's just gambling for children. It's like sickening to see this. And because, children are young, they have malleable minds, gambling is extra dangerous to them than adults, because adults, you kind of have impulse control. Depending on the age you get into gambling, you may have impulse control which could save your life. But, kids don't have that. And well, if they don't have that, they will go deep into gambling. And if you're deep into gambling, you probably will commit suicide, because as they say, the house always wins. You're not going to win. That's fact. No matter what anyone tells you, you will not win. If you think you're one in a billion, you're not. You're not that guy. Like gambling is also in, stocks trading. Gambling in is kind of a part of stocks trading, kind of like stocks trading is in a gray area in a sense. Doesn't have you betting on, I guess in a sense it is gambling, but it's kind of not. It's kind of weird. Again, you're investing in the future of a company, but in, the long term, a few years, not tomorrow or 2 days ago. That's the difference. Basically the time, I guess, is not really much of a difference. But, the the winning chances aren't predetermined, unlike, in gambling. Because gambling, the minimum in America is, from what I've heard, 8 cents per dollar. Like every dollar inputted in the slot, you should get on average 8 cents back. And that's the system that is legal there. But here, I personally have never been exposed to gambling because, well, where I live, we're turbo religious. And I don't find this to be great. The idea of, somebody deciding what you should do with what you have, it doesn't sit right with me. But nonetheless, one of the better things that has come out of this incredibly suppressive system, using faith against the people who follow it, it's truly vile if you think about it. But the only good thing that I find is that gambling, as in its every form, is illegal here. You can't gamble. If you do, it has some big punishments, and it's considered culturally an evil thing. Gambling is evil because, in a sense, it is. This is one of the most evil industries there are. Like, they use people's vulnerability, that they want to get money, which, no matter what they are, no matter who they are, no matter where they are, every single person on earth wants money. And that is what it is exploiting. It's exploiting the basic desire to have a future. That is what this disgusting, vile industry exploits from people who are less fortunate and who wish to change their fortunes. That is what it's exploiting. It's not exploiting people who are rich, who are successful, who are fortunate. It's exploiting the people who have nothing. And it's promising a promise that will never be fulfilled because of the business model. To make money, somebody has to lose. And in this industry, the entire, gambling industry, you are the loser. Nobody else. No matter whatever you think about yourself, you are not going to win. The losses that you receive may be catastrophic, life ending. The money that is pumped throughout the system, the only reason that gambling can't be, touted as a moral evil and it can be stopped through that method is because they have so much money that no matter what you or I say, this industry cannot be stopped. But nonetheless, to me personally, it is not an issue because gambling here doesn't exist. It's a moral evil, which I don't 100% support that. Like, it's like how the UK people got tricked into basically giving most of their online privileges for protecting the children against 18 plus content. Yeah. It's like that because, everyone hates gambling, and that's one of the targets of, our system. But it also encompasses many other things which are arguably less of a moral evil, and it uses faith to strong arm people into listening to it. It's also discussing, but credit where credit is due. How bad the system may be, it has stopped an evil that is rampant in other parts of the world. It has succeeded in that field, but it's not to say that gambling other in other places is, you know, stopped in the same sense because, as I said, it has too much money. Here, gambling never gets rooted because it's not that people are wanting to do good. It's not their one person's personal want. It's the system itself is built such that gambling can't take root. But in other countries where this system never got instated, gambling is so deep that even if you want to fight against it, you want it to end, it can't because the money is too much. As I say, some businesses are too big to fail. Gambling is one of them businesses. No matter no matter what you or I want, this industry will not go away in other parts of the world. Where it has taken root, it will never go away. Nothing can really change that fact because the money, it's too big to fail. So yeah, I personally find this industry to be vile. It preying on the most vulnerable people, the people who wish to have a better future, who wish that their misfortunes get undone, who wish that they may live a happy life, who wish that their children live a happy life, who wish that they have a future, who have a future. Kids, they prey on them, these people who are most vulnerable, and this industry preys on them, and it uses their vulnerability, be it their age, be it their economic place in the world. They use that to lure them into this industry, which is not different to drugs. It lures its victim into the industry and drip feeds them drops of pleasure so that they can never leave. No matter how badly they want to, they can never leave because the feeling, the joy that you feel from that one win can outweigh the thousands of losses that you have faced single-handedly. And it's just sad to listen to stories about people losing everything so badly that they have to literally just end themselves because, as I said, this industry, it has the highest suicide rate because when you're out of money, that's game over basically. And it's just sad, honestly, just sad to see people just waste their lives and people benefiting, profiteering off of other people's lives and it being pushed to the people. I get that politically the governments can't interfere because it's your choice to gamble, but in all actuality, the governments can't because the money is too much. They just can't. That's just the problem. They just can't. The reason that it worked here, the banning of gambling, is because it's socially rooted deep in the fabric of our society, that gambling is bad, and then you are a bad person for to gamble. It's not like how in America, when alcohol was banned and it became a criminal capital of the world. It's not like that, because it's considered bad to be a gambler. It's like you're an evil person if you're a gambler. It's not much different from being a rapist. If you're a gambler, it's basically the same thing. You're a horrible, disgusting, vile creature in the eyes of our culture if you are a gambler. So that's why this hasn't become a criminal capital based because of gambling. I mean, it is a criminal hub, but it's not because of gambling. It's because our government fails completely at its basic jobs. But yeah, that's about it from me. Yapping. I should really stop yapping. That's about it from me. Bye.